Morning, Monday again. I'm having internet issues again. I'm pretty sure I resolved it, although I'm not really sure how. Maybe I didn't resolve it. Maybe it was just resolved somehow. So it looks good now, but it starts to get glitchy just now. It's been glitchy this morning. Got some rain during the night. I heard the thunder rolling by. And I think we have the same family of crickets outside of our bedroom window every night now. They sound kind of nice, but every now and then they get a little loud. August is gone. We have, I think, one more day, but as far as our yoga practice together, we're through August. I think summer feels like it goes the fastest. I think maybe that's a holdover in our psyche from when we were kids, not wanting our summer vacation to end, maybe. So today's practice will include a couple of kind of different things. A couple are kind of challenging, so just see what you can do. Meet me back on the mat. We're going to start on our backs, pausing to breathe. I'm going to come to constructive rest pose. And just notice the breath. I'm going to walk my feet in line with my hips and then extend my legs out long and continue breath practice, but with a little awareness to the lumbar spine, the low back. Take your hands to the crests of your pelvis. This is called iliac crest. As you inhale, I want the belly to lift and more of an arc in the low back. So you should be able to slide your hand underneath the low back. And as you exhale, you're going to press the low back into the floor. Inhale, lift, and exaggerate this lift. And exhale, press the low back into the floor. So we've isolated the movement in the spine to all of the lumbar vertebrae, the sacrum and the coccyx, but also probably the lower few thoracic vertebrae. But feel the flexion and extension that comes with the breath. Let's do about 5 more breaths. Inhale, nice arc. Maybe you expand that. Maybe you're a little higher up into the thoracic spine. And then exhale. Feel each one of the vertebrae as they press back down into the floor. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. And last one. As you exhale, press the low back into the mat and then release this. Just let it go. Let your spine relax as you inhale and exhale. And just notice, be interested in whether or not you still have a gentle lift in the lumbar spine. Just notice. And on your next inhale, let's reach long. Now stay in this long shape. I want you to cross. First, I want you to walk on your heels to the left. So the heels go to the left. We're going to come into a banana shape. I'm going to lift my right ankle and cross it over my left. And then kind of do the same thing with the upper body. Going to walk the arms to the left. And maybe grab the right wrist with the left hand, even pulling a bit. Nice side bend, stretch in the ribs. Uncross everything, walk to the midline, and then we'll take it all to the right. So walk on the heels to the right, cross the left ankle over the right, and then upper body goes to the right. You can pull on the left wrist and breathe. Uncross and walk back. Draw both knees into the chest. Let's circle through the hips and feel the low back here. Chances are it's kind of flat now. That's okay. Just notice. Now keep the right leg pulled in, left leg out long. Do some circles through the right ankle. Now slide the hand behind the knee. We'll come into kind of a happy baby, just a gentle happy baby. And then maybe you slide the hand down the shin, a little deeper happy baby. Maybe you even lasso your big toe, or maybe even stretch that leg long and open it out wide. Take the left hand to the top of the left hip as you open the leg wide. Try to keep your right arm plugged in. Now take your gaze to the left. And bring that leg back to center. Bend the knee. Slide the left foot to the mat. We're going to come into a number 4. So I cross the right ankle past the left thigh. Now draw the thighs up, just using the legs. Do some circles in the left ankle. And now maybe lace fingers under the calf or over the calf. Coming a little deeper into the stretch. Keep pushing the right knee away. Keep flexing the right foot. Now release. I want you to lower the left foot to the left edge of your mat. We're going to take a twist with the knees to the right. Open the arms out in a comfortable place. Take the gaze to the left. Uncross, so come out of that number 4 as you shift back. Onto the spine. Legs are hip distance apart. And breathe. Reach long on an inhale. On an exhale, draw the left knee in. Keep both feet flexed and then do some circling through the left ankle. Take that gentle happy baby with the hand behind the knee. And then maybe sliding the hand down the shin, dropping in to the hip a little deeper, and then maybe lassoing the big toe with the peace sign fingers. And then see what you can do about working to straighten that left leg. And you can play coming in and out. Feel the stretch back here in the hamstrings. Take the right hand to the right hip. That reminds you to keep that part of you down and open the left leg to the left as you take your gaze to the right. Keep your left arm plugged in so you're pulling on that toe. And your leg doesn't have to be straight. It can be bent as much or as little as you need to. But working to open up the muscles of the thigh. Along the inside of the thigh, the back of the thigh. And then back to center, we'll take a number 4 on this side. Crossing left ankle past the right thigh. Use just your legs to lift. Do some circles in the right ankle again. And then lace the hands under the calf or over the calf and deepen this stretch. Push the left knee away and breathe. And we're going to float the right foot down to the right edge of the mat. Drop the knees to the left and take the gaze to the right. The arms are just somewhere where they're comfortable. Uncross and come back to center. Let's rock up to a seated position. I'm going to take Sukhasana. And pause. Notice the sit bones underneath you. And the pubic bone and the tailbone, front and back. Let's do a little Sufi grind. Tapping into each one of those. So feel how much movement you have to allow in the spine and in the pelvis to let that happen. So press into each bone and take your time. Go the other direction. And then rise up to a balanced seat. And pause. Noticing the breath and the shape. Take the hands to the waist. Feel the expansion all the way around. As you inhale, you can even feel that in the pelvic floor. It's like a balloon, your abdominal cavity. And at the top of that balloon is the diaphragm, the respiratory diaphragm that pushes down into that balloon as you inhale. That's why you feel that expansion. And then exhale, bring a little tone to the abdominal cavity. Draw the navel in and up and lift the pelvic floor. 3 more breaths here. Two more. Last one. Release the arms down on an exhale. Inhale, swing those arms up. We're going to grab left wrist with the right hand and do that little banana shape again, just in the upper body. Come back up to the midline, up to center, and go the other way. One more of these each side. Coming back up to center, reach up with the fingertips. I'll take a gentle seated twist. So I'm going to twist to the right, taking the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand comes behind me. Inhale, long spine. Look over the shoulder. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Let's do one more of these each side. Inhale, glance up at the hands, bring them together slowly. Maybe you feel the heat before you feel the physical touch. Maybe that's the energy you're feeling. Exhale the hands home to the heart. If you're in this shape with me, switch the cross of your legs. So we've done some twisting, we've done lateral flexion and extension. I want to do some flexion and extension. So cow and cat with the hands to the knees. I'm going to pull on the knees. They won't move. I'm going to let that bring my pelvis forward, tipping my pelvis forward, that big exaggerated inner curve of the low back. And then bring the chest forward through the gate of the arms. And then finally bring the gaze up. As you exhale, spread your fingers and round the spine. Let's do one more of these each way. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. I'll come back up to neutral. Swing your arms out to the sides and then bring them forward. Reach through the heel of the hands and keep your arms plugged in. So neutral. Find that neutral place where the shoulder blades aren't too close to the spine or too far away. Now sit tall, and I just want you to push the arms forward. Feel the shoulder blades come towards the armpits. Tuck your chin as you do that. You're rounding through the upper spine. Now lift the gaze back to neutral as you plug those arms in and go beyond that. Bring the shoulder blades towards the spine, and as the shoulder blades come to the spine, look up. So keep going, kind of isolating this movement to the thoracic spine and the cervical spine. And feel the movement of the arms as you move through this. So it's almost a little shoulder circle that happens with this. Let's go one more each way. We're going to bring some more awareness to the movement in the upper back. And before we leave here, I want you to extend the legs out wide, so Upavista Konasana. Heels are to the floor, bend the knees a little bit. Let's take a little gentle forward fold. Still waking up the backs of the thighs, the inner thighs. Reach out for the big toes. Keeping the arms plugged in, just a gentle pull. And if you have the knees bent like I do, then you have a little space to press the knees down, deepening into the hamstring stretch and the adductor muscles on the inner thigh. Rise back up. Keep the legs in this shape. Inhale the arms up. On an exhale, I'm going to take the right hand behind me, so a little twist, and reach up with the left arm. Take the second side. Inhale. Exhale, left hand behind me. I'm going to twist a bit. Reach up with the right arm. Do that again. Inhale. And as you exhale, rotate on the heels, turning the toes to the right. And maybe here you lift the hips. So the side camera will help you see this. I'm on my right hand, reaching up with my left and on the inside and outside edges of my feet. And then come back down. Second side. As I bring my left hand down, I'm going to roll on my heels, twisting and lifting on my left arm and reaching up with my right. So my left foot is on my little toe edge of that foot, and the right foot is on the big toe edge, and then back down. So it's kind of a fallen triangle, which is where we're going here after a bit. Inhale up, and exhale, fold. And then rise up. Let's come to tabletop. Hands and knees, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Now that same awareness of the thoracic spine. So think of the hood of a cobra. I'm going to press down into my hands, rounding my back just between the shoulder blades. Try to isolate there and tuck the chin. So pelvis is just back there. Low back is just back there. Now start that ripple of lowering into cow, and the head unfurls last. I'm going to start with my chin. Tuck my chin, look back towards my knees, and then let that ripple move between the shoulder blades. I'm pressing into the arms. And try to stop the movement before you get past the thoracic spine. So just isolating that cobra hood to the rib cage. Let's go one more each way. And feel as you come into your cat back in the thoracic spine. Feel that reach between the shoulder blades, that lift of the thoracic spine. And then come back to neutral. Let's take a nice child's pose, sitting back. Arms can be long, or you can stack the forearms, stack the fists. Just breathe. So there is a form of yoga. It's new. And when I mean new, like, I don't know, probably this generation new. And it's very animal-like, primal-like, very wavy, flowy. Here's a couple moves I want to play with today. So one involves that hooded sensation through the upper back, and the other involves that fallen triangle. So we're going to work on those today. We're going to start with plank. So inhale, come up, find your plank pose. So take a moment here to come into a neutral spine with your plank. I want you to tuck your chin, look back at your toes, and then follow that ripple up between the shoulders. It's going to be a slow lift. So I mean like 3-4 breaths into down dog. See if you can move slowly and feel each of the vertebrae as they articulate and lift. That's our first down dog, so pedal it out a bit. Your head unfurls last, so now my ears are between my upper arms. I'm going to tuck my chin, reach between the shoulder blades, so I'm leading with the upper back, with that cobra hood, coming back to plank. Unfurl the head last. Now again, tuck the chin, look back at the feet, lead with the upper back as you ripple up into your down dog. And unfurl the head last. Take a breath or two in down dog. Tuck your chin, lead with the upper back. And ripple forward into plank, unfurl the head last. Let's go one more. Look back at your feet. Reach with the upper back. And then let that movement, like a snake, up your back into a down dog. Unfurl the head last. Take a breath. Tuck your chin, reach with the upper back, like a cobra hood. And then as you arrive in your plank, unfurl your head last, drop your knees. Let's take another child's pose. So we'll take that further this time. So we'll go from plank to down dog, and then we're going to continue that ripple, that spinal extension, that back bend into a modified up dog. So come back to plank and set up your plank. And I'm finding it's easier to have a little wider stance with my feet. Line the spine up. We're going to tuck the chin. Feel that reach through the upper back and take your time finding your way to down dog. Reach, reach, reach. Unfurl the head last. Take a breath. Tuck the chin. Reach with the upper back, rounding like a cobra hood. Unfurl your head as you come to plank. And we're going to let those hips go right down. And lift your gaze. So I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm going to look down towards the mat. Tuck the chin again. Reach with the upper back. And come to down dog. Unfurl the head last. Take a breath. Tuck the chin, lead with the upper back. Think rounded upper back. Think cobra hood. As you're unfurling your head, the hips drop and the gaze lifts. Let's do one more of these. Tuck the chin, look down at the mat. Lead with the upper back. Down dog. Unfurl the head. Take a breath. Tuck the chin. Lead with the upper back. So find that reach with the upper back. And then start to ripple forward. As you're unfurling your head, the hips drop. And let's lower down to the mat. Stack the hands. Bring the back or the forehead to the back of the hands. Take a crocodile. And let's windshield wiper side to side. That was a lot of weight bearing on the wrists, so let's massage the wrists too. And then just take a few breaths here in crocodile. Release the back. Let it go. So I think there's 24 vertebrae. In most people, I think some people have 25. But each one of them are meant to move individually. We tend to move our back in chunks. And if we don't give some space, some time, some movement to each of those joint spaces, then those just can begin to deteriorate, dehydrate, and you'll develop some osteoarthritis in the spine. So you don't want that. Alrighty, let's press back up into table. Tuck your toes. Let's lift up into downward facing dog. Look between the hands. Let's walk the tightrope to the top of the mat. As you arrive, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Inhale, swing your arms up. Exhale, fold. Let's do a little sun salutation. Inhale, lift halfway. On an exhale, step back and plank. Inhale here. And then let's try our little slow lift to down dog. Unfurl the head last. Tuck the chin, ripple forward. Come into our modified up dog. Feel that ripple up and down the spine. Back to down dog. Pause here for 2 breaths. And then as you exhale, come to table. Now set your table. Make sure the wrists are under the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. Tuck your toes and just hover your shins. So mine are hardly lifted. We'll engage the core here. Make sure you're pressing into the base of the index finger, base of the thumb, and then float the knees down. So we're going to come into something called belly down lion, belly up lion. So when we lift the shins in this shape, this is belly down lion. So lift up into belly down. I'm going to pivot on the balls of my feet, dropping my heels to the left. And lift your right hand a bit. And then come back. And then pivot on the heels, or pivot on the balls of the feet, heels to the right, and just lift the left hand. Let's do one more of those each side. And then lower the knees, come back to child's, and massage the wrists. So we're going to take that a little further. coming from belly down lion. I'm going to pivot on the balls of my feet, heels to the left. I'm going to lift my left foot and reach underneath me and bring my right hand. I got to think I'm twisting right hand to my face, so like a self-defense move. So I'm protecting my face. So side camera will help you. My right foot is on the mat. Left foot's lifted. Right hand's over my face. I come back to belly down lion. I'm going to pivot my heels to the right, lifting my left hand, and then bring that right leg out and lift it. Left hand's in front of my face. Right foot has gone underneath me and is now to the left and back. So let's do a couple each side. You want my microphone? Sorry about that. So coming back through belly down lion, I'm just going to start doing a few. Toes are tucked. Let's do one more each side. This takes lots of upper body strength. At least in my body it does. Back to a child's pose. Give those wrists a little love. And pause. And notice. So that's something different in our yoga practice. Belly down lion, belly up lion. Now this next flow, we'll take that a little further into a fallen triangle shape. So when we started, we were on our butt with the legs wide, and then we lifted those hips, and our legs were kind of out in a big wide V, so we look like a fallen triangle. So meet me in plank. Lift up and down dog. See if you can bring that spinal awareness. Now lift your right leg back and up. Bend your knee. And as you shift forward, bring your right knee to your right elbow. And then back up. Keep the knee lifted. And then as you exhale, come forward, bring the right knee to the left elbow. And this first time, just really focus on that twist. And then back up. Now this time when you come forward, focus on the twist. And then send your leg out there. Now I'm on the big toe edge of my left leg and the little toe edge of my right. I'm reaching up with my left and supporting myself on my right. Now bring that hand down again and try to lift up into a three-legged dog. And exhale down. Drop your knees. Sit back. Massage the wrists. It's a lot of weight bearing in the hands today, which is a good thing for building bone in the upper body, the upper extremities, but we have to be careful with the wrists. So use all those little details to protect the wrists. On an inhale, back to plank. We'll take the second side. Tuck the chin, work your way to down dog, nice and slow. Now lift your left leg back and up. Bend your knee. Ripple forward. Bring the left knee to the left elbow, touch. Back up. Keep the knee bent. Shift forward into a three-legged plank, and now focus on your twist. Bring your left knee to your right elbow, twist, and back up.
Now this time we're going to come forward in that twist and then extend left leg out. You're on the pinky toe edge. You're on the big toe edge of the right foot. Nope, big toe edge of the right foot, yeah. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, it is. And then I'm on my left hand and reaching up with my right arm. Now unwind and try to bring yourself back to three-legged dog. And then ripple forward into plank. Drop the knees. Come to child's pose. And breathe. So I have one more thing to add. That makes it even more challenging. I'm going to take you into that triangle, that fallen triangle. And then we're going to come into a side plank. And we may take it one step further from there. Let's see how it goes. So come back into plank. Tuck the toes. Strong in the arms. We're going to lift the right leg back and up. Keep the knee bent, ripple forward. Right knee to right elbow, touch it. Inhale, back and up. Right knee to left elbow, reach and twist. And then extend the right leg out onto the little toe edge. The left foot's back there on the big toe edge. I'm going to bring the hands back down to the mat and unwind, moving onto the outer edge of my left foot. So now I'm facing the other way. Side plank. You can lift that top leg, which will be your right, step behind you. Lift the hips. Let the arms swing back, hard up, and take a wild thing. Unwind, plank, drop the knees, child's pose. So these are challenging physically and thinking. Side camera will help you, I think, with these. Let's take the other side. Inhale up into plank. Left leg back and up. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee, shift forward, three-legged plank. Left knee to left elbow, touch it. Inhale up, three-legged dog. Exhale forward, left knee to right elbow, twist. Reach out with the right leg. I'm on the little toe edge of the right leg, big toe edge of the left. And breathe. I think I said that backwards. Just look at me. And then unwinding. I'm going to pivot into a side plank. And maybe I step that top leg behind me and then lift my hips, let my arm lay back, heart lifts, wild thing. Unwind, drop the knees, child. Give those wrists and hands a little love. And then meet me again in a seated position. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let's roll the wrists, wiggle the fingers. Sit up nice and tall in your Baddha Konasana. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, just let the heart reach gently forward. Let the heart guide you as you fold into this. Breathe. And before we leave here, let's surrender to this one. Let the spine round, let the head hang. Feel the breath go up and down the spine. fingertips to the mat and work your way back up. Let's extend the legs long, both sides. Back to Upavista Konasana. And maybe notice the sensations in the thighs. My hamstrings feel a lot more open than when I started out. Reach up and fold forward. You can reach out for your toes. Inhaling and exhaling. And then work your way back up. Bend your knees, but keep the feet wide, left and right edges. Let's windshield wiper the knees side to side. Nice little twist. And coming to the back, pause once again in either a constructive rest pose or Shavasana. We're not quite ready for relaxation, almost, but pause here, roll the wrists around, wiggle the fingers. Now heel toe the feet in line with the hips. I'll come into bridge pose. Now walk those heels close and lift your shoulders one at a time. Tuck the shoulder blades and then reach down with the fingers. See if you can touch the heels. Palms of the hands are on the mat, soles of the feet are on the mat. As you inhale, push into the feet, push into the hands, lift the hips, and then shift the awareness to reaching forward with your knees. Stay here. Tuck the shoulder blades again and maybe even reach underneath your low back and lace your fingers. Now push your knuckles down towards the earth. Lift the back of your head, draw your chin towards your chest, reach through the crown of the head and then lay the back of the head down, and you've just made the neck a little longer. Come up onto the balls of the feet, maybe even walking the feet closer so you can press up even higher. If you have the space, you can bring the heels of your hands underneath your sacrum and lift yourself nice and high. I'm right on my tiptoes with this one. And see if you can lift one knee. See if you can lift the other and come into a shoulder stand. And one more option here to lower those toes into plow pose. So if you have any issues with your neck, your cervical spine, don't do this one. And then roll down the spine. Nice and slow. Coming into corpse pose. Feel the breath up and down the spine. Just breathe. Breathe and let go. And begin to deepen your breath, and as you do that, return to some small movements. especially the wrists and the fingers. And reach long again. Full body stretch. Roll to your right side and stay there, resting your head on your arm. Reach long with your top leg and roll forward, almost like you're going to roll onto your belly. So both hands are on the ground, and as you rise up, you let the head hang. As you come to a seated position, unfurling the head last. Keeping that nice, relaxed, rest and digest, chill, bhavana mood. Well, that was kind of challenging, some new stuff in there. I hope you enjoyed it. This style of yoga that I drew a couple of those from was called Budokon yoga. It's very interesting. I like it. So let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands home to the heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, peaceful hearts, and may the world be peaceful. Namaste. See you Wednesday. Tone and strengthen again on Friday. More yoga. Have a great week, and thank you for joining me.